Greetings, everyone. This is I'm Right.
I'm right.
And I'm Jill Cox Cordova.
I'm Anthony Cordova.
How was your week?
My week kind of sucked.
Why?
As usual.
Why? People getting on your nerves?
Yeah. You know, it's a funny thing. And I hate talking about this almost every episode, but as the audience knows, I had to get back in the 18-wheeler. Now, mind you, I have been in the trucking business in one way or another for 39 years.
Really? I'm not even that old.
You're not.
Yes,
I'm a cradle robber.
I am older than 39.
So, and all during that 39 years, I worked for myself. Okay. So, so it was, okay. But now, for some reason, even though people that work over me, they seem like they don't know how much experience I have. And they're always trying to get me to do something stupid. And that gets on my nerves.
That's called incompetent managers. That's what that is.
Okay. So what's our episode?
Well, that actually, I think you'll agree, that actually does lead us into our episode topic, which is hit the road, Jack.
Hit the road, Jack.
And we don't mean in a truck. We just mean, when is it time to leave?
Yes. Or when is it time to tell someone to hit the road? Hit the road. Hit the road, Jack. Out of here. Well,
tell them to go away?
Really, that's not what I wanted this episode to be called. I wanted it to be called Kiss My Butt.
Okay, well, we'll call it that. It's part of a segment that we call Stand by Your Stance. So who are you going to tell that to? Who are we talking about?
Well, I just wanted to not speak about anyone particular.
But that's more fun.
Yes, it can be. But
call them out, blast them. What's their name?
I wanted to talk about in life. All of us have some people in our lives that we just want to tell them to kiss my behind. Right? Hit the road.
Have you ever said that to anyone?
Many people.
In a professional setting or in a relationship or both?
Both. Both. I'm quick to say, just kiss my, and
you're quick to say it.
Yeah, when they need it, yes.
And have you ever, well, let's take it one at a time. In a professional setting, you didn't say that to a boss, did you?
Well, I've usually worked for myself, so I was the boss.
Oh, well, then you can get by. But, did the person you say it to then want to quit? Because if someone told me that and I'm working for you, I would quit.
No, if someone, if someone says something to me that I shouldn't take, if they say something racial to me, I would say, you know what, just kiss my butt.
In a workplace, someone has said that to you? In a professional setting?
Yes. I had
Did
someone.
Did they work for you?
No. Actually, this is one of the times I took a job. Throughout the years, I'll take a job briefly, and I hate that it's getting on this topic, but someone said if I don't do what they want me to do, that they were going to string me up. I told him kiss my. I got ready to say the whole word, her whole thing.
So
there are cases where we just have to speak up and tell somebody, "Hey, hit the road, Jack. Kiss my butt."
And what happened after you said it?
Nothing.
They just went on about whatever it was they were doing?
They didn't mess with me anymore.
Well, that's like a bully.
No, he was no bully.
Well, many racists are bullies.
Anyway, but no, there's times in life you may have a coworker, you might have a significant other that just treats you awful and says bad things to you, and it's time to tell her, hey, hit the road. I don't have to put up with this. So that's what it's really about. What does a person have to put up with in life? And as human beings trying to get through this world, we all kind of put up with more than we probably should with people because, we're trying to keep the peace. But sometimes you just got to say, hey, kiss my behind. get on away from me because it's not worth it.
That's true, because I think we all have different tolerance levels,
Mm-hmm.
And I have discovered that as I get older, the more I age, the less I tolerate.
That's right.
And maybe it's because I guess in my former career as a journalist, I guess the longer I was in the business, the more I felt I could say things.
Mm-hmm.
To our listeners, those of you who either know me or you've been listening for a while, you know that I do not curse because I think there are better words to use. However, you, Tony, have taught me.
Have taught you
have taught
to cuss.
me.
Did I teach you to cuss?
Some words.
Jill does not
I still
curse,
don't,
which is good.
But you called a former boss of mine by a name so much that I had to restrain and refrain from calling him that
I know this is our podcast and you don't want me to say certain things, but I'm going to say it. I kept telling you, hey, your boss is a dumbass. He's a dumbass. You need to let him know that he's a dumbass and everything will be okay.
This, and listeners, he would tell me that every day. Every time I talked about this boss, he would say that, to the point where every time I saw my boss, and he would say something stupid.
Mm-hmm.
I had to stop myself from calling him that to his face, because in that situation, he was still my boss. And if I had called him that, I was sure that it would not end well for me.
But remember the conversation I used to tell you to have with him? Do you remember that? I used to
Other than to call him that?
Yeah, I used to say, I would tell you, Jill, you need to go up to him calmly. Pull him aside where no one else can hear. And you can say, hey, you're a dumbass. I know you're a dumbass. You know you're a dumbass. So look, why don't you just let me take care of you, and keep you out of trouble, because we both know you're a dumbass. And then everything will be good. All the work will get done. You'll be okay. I'll keep you out of trouble because you're a dumbass. And mind you, when I say dumbass, it doesn't mean the person is not intelligent.
Well, he wasn't.
I didn't say that, but I'm not saying
that was what I
when
thought.
I referred to a person as a dumbass. He was
one of those incompetent managers that we.
But when I refer to a person as a dumbass, I'm not saying that they're not intelligent. I'm saying they do things that just doesn't make sense. It's the things they do it's really counterproductive. They do these idiotic things,
yes.
It's not good for anybody. So they make the category of, dumbass. So,
but I couldn't bring myself to do that. What I did do, however, was just I removed myself from the situation. I removed myself from that job. So when do you get to that point? Do you feel like you just have to tell people to kiss my and give them a chance, or do you think it's time to leave?
I actually feel sometimes a person needs to hear that. Just kiss my behind. I don't care. Kiss my behind. Because then they know.
I have never told anyone that.
Then they know you don't take any mess. See. You know
well,
what I'm saying? They
I
don't.
have,
Yeah.
I know you don't like this word. I have trained people of what I will tolerate and what I won't.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't curse to do it.
Ass is only a 3-letter word.
So?
It's not a 4-letter word. All the bad words have 4 letters. That's only 3 letters.
Oh.
See?
That's your definition?
Yes, that is my definition. Think about it. All the really bad words, they're 4 letters, not 3.
Interesting take on that.
It's true. It's true. Everybody knows that's
take
true.
on profanity.
So it's true. That's why you can say ass on television. You can say ass on television. It doesn't violate any FCC regulations. Yeah.
Still, I have other ways that I let people know if their behavior is acceptable to me or not. If their treatment of me is acceptable or not. I have other ways.
Okay, so Jill,
just like that time that I got rid of some of your groupies because they were disrespecting me.
That was painful to watch.
But it worked.
I still feel sorry for those women.
It worked.
It did work.
And I didn't curse at all. I didn't even raise my voice.
They would have been happier if you cussed them out. they'd have been okay with that. But what you did to those women, ooh.
Well, if they hadn't disrespected that I was there,
yeah,
they acted like I was invisible, and that, you know, they acted like I was invisible and wasn't part of being that I wasn't there.
Yeah, that's true.
You're gonna like go after my man?
That's true.
Nope. So don't mess with my man. Don't mess with my money.
So are you telling me
or my mama?
You never what about in a relationship, Jill? Have you ever told someone that you were in a relationship with, hey, take a hike? Just hit the road,
I have lots of
Jack.
Experience with that. Yes.
So you do.
Yes, but I'd never cursed.
Uh-huh.
And most of the time, well, actually, in all of those times, I removed myself from the situation, but I still told them what I thought.
Okay. Well, again, I have told many people in my life that. I've said that to many people, and they deserved it. And to look back
no remorse
on it,
there, huh?
None.
Have you ever regretted it?
Never. Not once. Not once, because I'm a really kind person.
You are.
So
and you've never said that to me, thank goodness.
That's right.
You said to me, I'm out.
But when somebody pushes me to the point to where I'm like, you know what, enough is enough. You know, I've been trying to be nice.
Well, let's talk about that.
What?
How long does it take for you to reach that point?
It depends what it is. It depends what it is. If somebody's doing something, that's very small, but they keep doing it over and over again, then I don't know. It might take, 5 times for them to do this thing. But
do you have other strategies to get them to stop before you reach that point of?
It depends
on
whether it's worth my time.
So it really depends on the person.
It depends on the person,
some people
the situation.
You can teach.
Yeah, but
some people you can't.
Sometimes it's not even.
Some people you can train. Some people you can't.
Yeah, but if you can just tell somebody, hey, you know what, kiss my butt, and everything works out fine. It's done. They don't mess with me anymore, and it's done.
But don't you think? I think the reason a lot of people don't do it. And I'm not saying I'm one of these people, but I think a lot of people wouldn't say that to another because they fear repercussions.
But that's the thing. When you say that to someone, whether it's your boss at a job, or whether it's a coworker, or whether it's a boyfriend or a girlfriend or whatever, when we get to that point to where you have to use that type of language to them, directly to them, they've really done something to push it that far. So at that point, I don't care what happens because of what I said. I no longer care. So if I had said it to a boss, I don't care. Oh, you're fired. Okay. Fine.
Well,
but I stood up for myself. That's the point. When you let so many people pull from you, just pull from you, and they keep pulling from you, and they're knocking you down and putting you down, and they keep pulling and pulling and pulling. Somewhere along the line, you got to stand up for yourself. So if it takes, hey, hit the road, Jack, kiss my behind, fine.
Well, in my own experience, so I'll speak from my own experience, not for others. As a Black woman, the minute I respond, so in most cases, people have said things to me. They have cursed me out because they didn't like what I asked them to do or wanted them to do, even if I were their boss, or even in a lateral position. If I just came to you and said, hey, can you do this? And you didn't want to do it, but you cursed me out, then I will take up for myself. But in all those situations where that happened, who do you think got in trouble?
That'd be you.
That would be me, because I'm the angry Black woman. So I think being a Black woman it's really hard to tell someone to do that without repercussion. Now, when I say I got in trouble, I was written up, I was warned, things went in my file because I responded to them cursing me out. I didn't curse them out myself because that's just not how I speak. But I did take up for myself.
But I'll tell you what.
But I was the only one that got in trouble.
I'll tell you what. If they had cussed you out and you turned around and said, you know what, kiss my ass, you wouldn't have gotten written up.
Yes, I would have.
No, you wouldn't.
Yes, I would.
No, you wouldn't.
Yes, I would have.
No, you wouldn't.
Yes, I would have.
You wouldn't have gotten written up.
Yes, I would have.
No, you wouldn't.
Yes, I would have.
No, you wouldn't.
Yes, I would have.
No, you wouldn't.
I would have.
No, you wouldn't.
I would have.
No, you wouldn't.
Explain.
People.
Because they went and told on me, said that I was mean to them.
Yes. People that use profanity often to express themselves instead of using their words, as you would say, Jill. That's their means of expressing themselves, whether it's right or wrong.
So I express myself.
No, but you expressed yourself in such a way that belittled them, you see? So that's what hurt them. If you said, just kiss my behind, they would have went on their way and everything is fine. They understand that. Okay, we had this altercation.
I didn't belittle them. Most of the time.
Jill, I've seen you do it to those women.
I did it to the groupies, yes. I purposely belittled your groupies. I sure did. See, but in the workplace, I didn't belittle them. And usually the last time that happened, it was more like, oh, you think you can talk to me that way? Let me tell you something. You can't. And this is why. I don't need you to like me in a workplace.
Yes.
I just need to be able to work with you, and you're not working with me. So that's belittling?
Yeah, that hurt their feelings.
Well, it hurt my feelings. Well, it didn't hurt my feelings, but I felt attacked.
That hurt.
When someone curses me out, I feel attacked.
That hurt their feelings.
So it's a workplace. I don't really care about your feelings.
You're not used to dealing with certain types of people. That's what it is. That's what it is.
And what
Here's
types
a story.
Of people?
Here's a story. I used to drive up into New York City every week from Georgia to New York, actually, and on beyond. But there was this one, and I hauled all these specialty electronics, everything that required special handling, right?
Right.
So I would go into this warehouse in New York every week. And as soon as I get there was a guy. I remember his name. His name was Tony, because we had the same name. And I would go in there and I get back back up into the door and say, okay, we got to get this stuff off. And he just started cussing me out. And what the heck, blah, blah, blankety blank, 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 and blah, 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 I'm tired of you truck drivers coming in here, blankety blank, 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 blank. So he did that the first week. But again, I'm like, I just won't pay him any attention, right? No problem. Come back the next week. He does it again. You know what? I'm still going to ignore him, pay him no attention. The third week, he does it again. And I'm like, that's it.
That's it.
That's it. That's enough. So, I told him, I come in here every week, and every doggone week you cuss me out and blankety blank. So I used a few choice words also, right? He starts smiling. He says, I like you, Tony. I like you. All of these other truck drivers come in and I start giving them all that lip and they go off and have a fit. So I don't do anything for them. So I like you because you didn't act like those other truck drivers. And it took you 3 weeks before you even said anything about what I'm doing to you, right? And then you gave it back to me. I like you. Get out the way. I'll unload your truck. I'll do everything. You don't have to do anything anymore. Every time I go in there after that, he treated me like I was a king. No problem. Like best buddies. It's a different mentality.
Yes, because I don't understand what you just said. Like what? Huh?
It's a different mentality.
Well, why do you have to be tested like that? That makes no sense.
That's not the point. The point is that's how they communicate. That's how certain people communicate.
They used words. They expressed themselves, as you said. I expressed myself. What gives them a right to express themselves a certain way, and I can't express myself with the way I do?
Because that's what they don't understand. That's what hurts. Like, for instance, I can have a family member because, my family, a lot of them use profanity. Okay.
They do?
Yeah. What a surprise. So, but my family member or
I still need to write a guide of words they can use instead.
A family member or a close friend can come up to me and cuss me out in a jokingly way.
Sure.
Right?
Yes.
Yes. So I'm good with that.
Yes.
But if a stranger was to do that, I'm not good with that. We'd have a problem.
Well, that's what I'm saying. In a workplace, I'm not good with that ever. I'm not.
But that's why.
But I wasn't the one that told. Like, I didn't
because you hurt their feelings. You cut them to the core.
I did not.
You did.
I just told them what I was not going to tolerate. Here is what you're not going to do. That was my tone. That's not what I said, but that was my tone.
I understand that, but that in their eyes they got belittled by you.
But I didn't. I just told them what they can't do in my presence.
Perception. Their perception is.
So they went and told when they started it. See,
yes,
but that's the thing.
Because the environment. What's the environment of a newsroom? What's the environment?
Oh, everybody curses.
Exactly.
I never did though.
That's right.
So that meant I didn't belong there.
So
I'm the one that didn't belong.
That sets you apart from everyone else. So when you don't respond to her the way she would want someone else to respond to her, which is to cuss back at her, she's good with that. But when you responded in an intelligent way.
But why is it that when they went to tell on me, they left out they omitted the part that they cursed me out for me to respond that way?
Because that doesn't matter, because everyone in that environment used profanity. So that is the norm.
I just use words.
That is the norm.
I use words.
but you see, but again,
I just strung my words a little differently than they did.
Different environment.
Well, let's get to our second segment that we call
Give It a Rest and a Resolution.
So what's your conclusion resolution?
My conclusion and resolution is don't take any crap. You don't take any crap. You shouldn't take crap from people that don't really matter in your life. Or people that do matter in your life, you shouldn't take crap from them either. Don't take any crap.
Well, I would agree with that. I think my conclusion is know yourself, because like I said, we all have different tolerance levels, but we have to respect each other's tolerance level.
Okay. All righty. Okay, that's not bad.
That's not bad.
So yeah, is it time for our last segment?
Well, according to you, we're really early.
In 9 seconds, we'll be right on time. 4, 3,
2, 1. So let's get to our last segment.
Our last segment. Okay.
That we call
I'm trying to help you.
Do you have any advice?
I sure do, but I'm going to let you go first.
I think you should. I'm still thinking. I think you should go. Yeah, I think you should go first. I'm still thinking about what mine.
My tip is, this is my tip, and I hope the audience gets a chance to try it out.
I'm scared.
So my tip is, tell somebody, kiss my ass. That's my tip. Somebody that deserves it, not just,
Well, I was going to say, people might just go out there.
Someone that deserves it, just tell them, kiss my ass. And you'll feel better. And they probably won't be a problem for you anymore. Yeah, that is my tip.
Well, my tip is, whatever the situation is, so getting back to your resolution of, don't take the crap, is stand up, do defend yourself, because if you let things fester, then you will erupt on someone and they won't have any idea where it came from. You might even erupt on someone that's not even at fault. Like they say, you sometimes go off on the people closest to you because they're there, right? Yeah. So don't let things fester. Do stand up for yourself, no matter where it is, whether it's in a relationship or the workplace. But from experience, be prepared for what happens when you do.
And by the way, Jill, I would never use that phrase directed towards you.
No, you never have. I've never been fearful that you ever would. To me.
Good. I wouldn't.
Yeah, I wouldn't either.
That's right. Because you taught me to use my words.
You were using words before you met me.
You taught me to use your words, Tony. Use your words.
I don't think I've ever actually said that.
You've said it to me. Use your words. If you use profanity, it's because you don't have the vocabulary to express yourself. Use your words.
Well, I will also say when people curse at me now, it's been a long time since someone's cursed me out because, I left the newsroom a long time ago. But if someone were to do it now, I think I would really it's always made me tune them out. Mm-hmm. I can't hear you.
Okay.
So, anyway.
All right, cool.
Well, I hope our listeners are okay if they follow your advice.
Please.
Good luck.
Follow my advice.
Good luck with that.
It's going to be good. We're going to get write in and let us know who you told.
And what the result was. Okay.
Yes.
Well, you've been listening to I'm Right.
I'm Right.
I'm Jill Cox Cordova.
I'm Anthony Cordova.
Shout out to Gifford Ivan Cordova III for the music, Nick Zinke for the art, and to you too, listeners.
Yeah.
Shout out.
Shout out. Shout out.
Say bye, sweetheart.
Bye.
Bye.